This is a tutorial on how to calculate the average in a functional skills question. Now the specific average that we're going to look at today is the mean average. This is one out of a possible three that you could get asked in your exam. The other two would be median and mode. But as I say, today we're going to focus on the mean. Now the thing to remember with the mean is it's just a method basically of finding a number which accurately represents the middle of a set of data or values, and it also takes in all those values into account, unlike the mode and the median, which don't. So we're going to look at a couple of examples, but first of all we need some data to actually use. So I'm going to write some numbers at the top here, just change colour, yep. So we're going to have 16, 4, 9, 12, 25, 3, 11, 8, 18 and 6. Now the first step that you have to do, and it's a two-step method for the mean, the first one is to find the total of all those values. So you just need to add them all together. Just find the total. So I'm going to do that now, and remember it's a functional skills exam, so you're always allowed to use a calculator if you feel you need to. So I'm just going to do that calculation now. So 16 plus 4, let's just try that again, remember to be careful on your calculators. 16 plus 4 plus 9 plus 12 plus 25 plus 3 plus 11 plus 8 plus 18 and finally plus 6. So that should give you a total of 112. So I'm going to minimise that now, write the total as 112 in red. That's our first step, and that's always the same for any mean average calculation. You find the total first. Let's change that back to black. You find the total first by adding all the numbers together. So the second step is to then divide that total by how many values or numbers you've got. So it's the total divided by amount of values. So if I just count up how many values we've got by putting a dash on them, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to divide our total by 10. So the calculation we're going to be doing is 112, as that was our total, divided by that 10. So if we bring the calculator back up for that, 112 is already on there, so I just need to divide that by 10. So that gives you 11.2. And that is actually your final answer for your mean. As I said, it was just a two-step method. And what I mentioned at the very start was a mean is a way of trying to find roughly the middle number of a set of values. It sounds like the median as well, where that is actually to find the specific middle number. But that's generally what an average does. You're trying to find roughly a value that best represents that set of data. So in this case, 11.2. We're going to move on to another more contextualized example now. The board will load up. Okay, so this one, we're going to look at finding the average temperature for the first week in July. So write that at the top. Find the average temperature for the first week in July. And again, we're going to need some values in order to work this out, which will be given to you in the question. So for those, we're going to use, let's see, 26 degrees C, 24 degrees C, 19 degrees C, 22 degrees C, 24 degrees C again, 25 degrees C, and finally 27 degrees C. Okay, so the method is exactly the same as what we did before. First of all, we need to find the total. So the total is all the numbers added together. So again, I'm going to bring our calculator up to do that. I'll just move that down a tad. So cancel that from before. And again, be careful that you're typing these incorrectly when there's a lot of numbers. So 26 plus 24 plus 19 plus 22 plus 24. Oh, that's messed up slightly. Plus 22 plus 24 plus 25. Calculator's playing up on me today. Plus 25, there we go. Plus 27. So that gives you a total of 167 degrees C. Okay, and then the second step, again, same as before, you just need to take your total divided by the amount of values that you have. So our total was 167, which we've just worked out, 167 degrees C, and that needs to be divided by how many values we've got. Now, from the question, it should be fairly obvious that we've got 7 values because we're doing it for the first week. However, it's always worth checking if you're not 100% sure by just counting again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have indeed got 7 values. So we're going to do 167 divided by 7 to find the average. So I'll bring the calculator back up. 167 divided by 7. So that gives you quite a long number, but don't worry if you get a long decimal answer like that. We normally just round to 2 decimal places. So that's going to give us an answer of 23.86 degrees if we round it. And that's our final answer again for the mean after those 2 steps. So again, that answer should be roughly in the middle of 19, our lowest value, and 27, our highest, which it pretty much is. So we know we've done it right. And that's the end of this tutorial on mean averages.